Good afternoon and hello and welcome to Doerhrm Copy Talks, that talk in real time with you on education and business. Well, today we are actually going to talk about the 5 top KPI for CEO dashboard. Okay. Now, before we actually move in further, let me introduce my partner. Hi, William.
Hi,
would you like
Mr.
to introduce briefly?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm William Chung from Offset Group. All right.
Okay, yes, William is actually our performance coach. Yeah. Now, William, today's topic, we are actually going to talk about CEO. Now,
All right.
What does this CEO stand for actually? What do you know?
Chief Entity Officer.
I mean, call it as a Chief Entertaining Officer. Some of my friends said it.
I see.
Yes, the main role is actually how to entertain the internal customer, which is employee, and also the customer out there. Yeah. Well, in short, CEO today actually stands for Chief Executive Officer. All right, for today. Now, what is the role and responsibility before actually we move into the KPI? All right. Now, this role and responsibility for a CEO is actually different compared to a startup CEO and also a MNC, a very large company CEO. Well, what is the difference between two? For this startup CEO, you seriously need to wear many hats, many hats. You need to know a bit about this sales. You need to know about this marketing. Not just knowing sometime, you need to literally go and doing it.
Yep.
Right? Like myself, I'm actually having this, I would say, a new startup like this company called Doerhrm. And that's the reason why you're actually seeing me having this live show here. Yes, as a founder CEO for a startup company, you need to wear many hats: sales, marketing, as well as in this product development. Yes, I've been participating very closely with our Chief Technical Officer, Bernard, into the development of our this Doerhrm software that is helping company how to 10x this process, how to build a better team to win in competition. Yeah. Now, as this today, before we actually move into this KPI, now there's a bit of preparation I wanted to kind of prepare you all. What is this CEO daily, I would say, life, right? Now, seriously, as a startup CEO, your this daily life is actually going to be very demanding, especially mentally exhausting. Well, I basically actually started 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And in order to keep myself really dynamic and actually having the sufficient stamina to last through the day, I will do exercise. Yeah, that will be my ritual in the morning. Just like this morning, yeah, after exercise and while doing exercising, I will actually listen to some educational video. Yeah, and right after that, I will be doing some meditation. And this is how I actually done my today ritual. And my meeting this morning started at 8 a.m. Having a group meeting with one of the company which I actually overseeing is an OpSnap calibration. So that's basically is the day. Yeah, and the day start from 8 a.m. right through now. I've actually attended a few meetings already, mostly actually about helping my team to know what is actually important for them to actually achieve for the day and to see what can get improved, for the day. All right. Now, seriously, throughout the day, we'll be making many decisions. And those decisions are very important because it's actually going to affect the future of the company and also the future of the people that trust us. Yeah. Now, however, as a founder CEO, it is also one of the most thrilling experience that I have for my this professional life. Well, yeah, it is not easy, extremely demanding, and it never stops. Okay. Now, as a founder CEO, especially, we need to learn and adapt really fast, seriously, because the world forever changing. And more so, as a company that actually fighting for survival for this small baby. Yeah. Well, and I wish to ask you a question, William. Yeah. What do you know this important job of a CEO? Will you be able to name us three most important job of a CEO. Would you like to
Okay.
guess or not?
Yes, definitely. I would like to guess. So, as a CEO, which means that he's one of the top management of the company.
Yes.
So, the first thing is that he need to oversee the entire management, ensure that everyone is effective and productive. Second thing is that he need to be a good leadership. To like guide everyone lah. Okay, he need to play his leadership role. This is very crucial. Okay, and then the third thing is that the CEO will need to I would say identify those that in need, quickly. But how to identify those people that is in need of help and resources? So I believe that today's topic will help lah, which is the KPI, right, Mr.
Yes.
Okay.
That is very true. Now, over here, I wish to share with you all the three most important jobs of a CEO. Number one, don't run out of money. This will be one of the most important thing, which I actually rank it now the number one things, of the responsibility for a CEO. Make sure the company has enough cash to survive on. Why? Because without cash flow or enough cash at the bank, seriously, it means the end of the companies. So try to guess. William, I know you have actually shared the things is equally important, but however, this definition of important is seriously very important. Am I right? Don't run out of money, right?
Yes, that's true. All right.
What do you think the second most important job of a CEO?
Second most important job of CEO. The first one is do not run out of money.
I tell you, second one, don't run out of money.
Same,
Yes.
Okay.
Then probably by now you know already. The third most important job of a CEO is what?
Don't run
out of money. Make sure you have enough this lifeline for your runway, to build and grow your company. Okay. Now, for this top 5 KPI of a CEO, we have actually pre-recorded it, and it's actually available in our YouTube, and it's actually very well positioned and then well structured. Well, over here, I wish to get our technical guy behind the scene, Melvin, to help play that video to our audience for this live. Yes, Melvin, for you, guy behind the scene, Melvin, to help play that video to our audience for this live. Yes, Melvin.
Top 5 KPI you will see in a CEO dashboard. The KPI or key performance indicator is an easy way of tracking and measuring the area of business, as it gives a quick overview of the insight and data that can be analyzed easily for further decision. There are various KPI for different domains, but as a CEO, it is important to know about almost every domain for holistic information to make decisions. Net profit and source profit are the ground of every business, and the cash flow ensure the continuation of the business. The net profit are the profit generated from different sources, excluding the amount invested in it at the initial stage. It is important to track the net profit to get clear data on the income sources and how much profit they are generating. The analysis helps business owners in knowing the sources of their income and how the business is performing. The net profit calculation helps the leaders to understand more about the profit and also where it could be used to get the most out of it. It is the value that indicates the profitability of the business or the effort that are being asserted to achieve the target and for smooth running business. This will indicate the proper functioning and performance of the business as growth brings profit. This will also be helpful in planning the budget based on the past data, which will help the business to get investment insight for growth. And the next is expenses. The most important element of any business is the expenses. Many business leaders are confused about it and ended up with a shortage of capital. It is an important indicator as it will help in keeping the track of the cost a business requires. Most of the business fail due to unknown or unrecorded expenses that resulted in running out of funds. Due to the misperception some business owners have about expenses, it is important for business owners to learn how to track and expense so that it can help them know more about their companies. They should always set a limit to the monthly expenses, which will help in keeping control over the company's budget, so the capital of funds does not become a barrier to the growth of the companies. This indicates and helps businesses in building strategy to cut the huge and unnecessary expenses that may not contribute much to the growth of the companies. The controlling of expenses could help businesses to save capital for better investment, emergency or other opportunity for the growth of companies. By keeping an eye on the company expenses, business owners can make better decisions as they will only spend on things that can bring the best returns. And process towards target. Progress toward target is the KPI that plays an important role for every leader of the business to measure the growth and performance. It is the most important factor considered by every business for their measuring of growth. This is why business owners set targets every year to be achieved, no matter for sales, marketing, customer, productions, or other aspects. This aspect defines the growth of an organization, as every aspect acts as a contributor to the success of a company. Besides, target provide direction of work needs to be done and where the business should head toward. These small targets are the step behind each big project, which is why it is very important to track the progress of each target. This helps in making a crucial decision quickly and comparing the scenario of planned expected result from the goal and the actual result achieved for the target. This helps in getting useful insight about goals and estimation of work for the future. And the next KPI is revenue per employee. Revenue per employee acts as an important role for the tracking of employee productivities and performance. It indicates how much revenue a particular employee is bringing to the organization. In other words, it could be said as the return on investment, as salary is the investment and revenue is the return of it. Well, this indicator gives an overview of the organizational performance to the leader, and by tracking the revenue per employee, it can help business owners in making plans and strategy to improve the company growth. This also helps in knowing the worth of an employee and act as an indicator to alert the leader whether or not they should readjust the employee's job scope or replace them as the result are continuously not observed. It also gives an overview of the strengths and weaknesses of the employee, which could be used to improve and grow the company. This allows leaders to make various adjustments that need to be done to improve productivity of the team and get the maximum capacity of result from the employees. And customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction KPI is the goal of every organization, and it is always said that customer is the king. They are the ones who purchase the product where business generate profits from, and if the organization fails to satisfy their customer or meet their requirement, it will be difficult for them to generate profit. By analyzing the customer satisfaction rate, leaders are able to understand the overall performance of the product and the quality of their customer service. They can also understand their customer better when they pay attention to their customer satisfaction rate. This data helps in improving the product or service to meet the requirement of the customer, as it is also important to develop the product over time to clear different problems faced by consumer. Now, customer satisfaction is the big priority, and through this data, businesses will have the goal to always work on and be responsible for the product and services provided. Well, this becomes the greatest strength of the organization. The big industry leaders are always concerned about their consumer so that they are satisfied and will continuously support their products. In conclusion, business owners should always be aware of these 5 key KPIs in your company to ensure long-term growth and success of your business. I would like to hear from you guys. Leave me a comment below and tell me what KPIs do you measure and track. Tell me more. For your convenience, Doerhrm provide you Key Performance Index, the KPI toolkit to measure and track the growth and performance of your team. Now, we have something prepared for you. A gift for small and medium enterprise. It is free. We created check-in platform and plan progress problem PPP management technique and weekly customizable KPI to help you to improve employee engagement, teamwork, and productivity. It is completely free. You can visit our website www.doerhrm.com and register as a user by clicking the button of sign up for free and learn how to use from the tutorial prepared, or you can contact our customer success team for assistance. It will help you to improve your team planning and commitment so that you can achieve your goal faster than you ever thought possible. Remember, success is never an accident. It is always the result of a good strategy, focused effort, and a team follow-through commitment. So your responsibility right now is to take the first step. Come to register at our website and start using the check-in platform for free. And until then, I will see you next time. Come to register.
Okay, welcome back, guys. Well, I hope you're actually enjoying the point actually shared about top 5 KPI for a CEO. Well, do you all still remember what is that top 5 KPI or not? I think I will not test my this colleague, William, for that. Now, just to have a quick review, number 1 is actually about net profit and sources of income. You know, it is very important. Yeah, as what I actually just mentioned earlier on, the number 1 job of a CEO, right, is actually not to run out of your money. Yeah. And the next one is track the expenses. You know, for a company, in order to become profitable, there are 2 things actually important. Yeah. Dealing with cash. Number 1, the money in. And number 2, expenses. How fast is your these resources in terms of financial being burned? Yeah. So 1 is actually the net profit that actually coming in. And the next thing is money out in terms of expenses. So these are the 2 very important KPI that you need to track on a, I would say, weekly basis. Yeah, not monthly. Yeah. Now, the next thing is actually progress toward the targets. How far are we apart in reaching our this target? So this will be the 3rd KPI for a CEO. And the last one, not the last one, the 4th is actually revenue per employee. How profitability, what is the ROI of our this workforce? Yeah, to track revenue per employee are something very, very crucial. How can we actually making the productivity improve in order to improve the revenue per employee? And that is one of the main job for a CEO. And the next thing, you can see the 4 are actually something dealing with internal operation. And the last one is actually about customer satisfaction. Yes, it's also one of the main role of CEO to make sure the customer is actually satisfied with the product as well as the services of the companies. Now, the following now, I wish to actually put in some commercial. Yeah. Now, this part is actually going to share by this colleague, William. He's going to share with us how can we actually apply this KPI in an organization or for your companies. Yeah, William, pass to you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Ng, for the sharing on the 5 KPI for CEO. All right, so before I proceed into this part of showing what is this Doerhrm, I wish to share one thing is that a lot of these SME companies or startup or even big SME companies, at the current days, they are still using spreadsheet or I would say manually, like managing this company performance management. So, Mr. Ng, what do you think with this? What do you think about this spreadsheet kind of managing performance management? Do you think that this is something effective, still effective?
Okay, when the company is small, probably yes. when your company grow beyond 10, 20, 30, seriously, I have that experience before. Now, number 1, they will be getting more and more error. Yeah, that is 1. And number 2, you will find it many people are not actually updating. So the number 1 is actually very slow. People tend to go and update it, and many reminder you need to actually send via email or call. So that will be the shortfall which we actually encounter, and definitely will be encountered by our this audience as well.
That's true. Yeah. So I wish to share a little bit on the challenges that the people may face with this doing performance management still all in manually. So the first thing is that by doing manually, right, when there's so much kind of database being accumulated in a spreadsheet, seriously, it takes up a lot of time, when you want to do update or you want to make changes. And even sometimes the database may hang. So this is something that the company do not want, because it will seriously take up a lot of time for the leaders, to control all these matters. All right. So the second challenge is that there's too many spreadsheets to actually cross references, which means that from the individual level, they'll prepare this KPI, performance management report, and then they'll pass it over to the supervisor, and then they pass it over to the managers, and then they pass it over again to the top management. So throughout all this process, right, there will actually be a risk. So this risk is actually known as data risk manipulation. So when such risks occur, the top management will need to check back the overall KPI progress, and this will be seriously very time consuming. So the third challenge, which is on too much effort in actually managing this spreadsheet, because by doing manually, it is tough for leader to trace back their previous year KPI. They are not able to look into the trend easily, right? So these are the top three challenges that company may face if they are doing their performance management everything by manually. All right, I will share my screen now, just a quick while. Can you see my screen here?
Oh yeah, yes, William.
All right, so basically, one of the systems that I would like to introduce, which is known as this Doerhrm system. This system actually consists of a complete set of HRMS system and also performance management system. So KPI is just part of it, I would say. Right, so how does KPI actually looks like in the system? From here, you can see everyone that has actually been assigned by the leader, all right, you can look into their overall progress here just by the color coding and the percentage bar, which means that every of your employee KPI, their performance management result, will be centralized into one system rather than having multiple files, in your emails, in your computer. Okay, so besides that, you're also able to trace back the past records. For example, like 2 years back then or 3 years back then, and then you can make the comparison to see whether your your employee has actually improved or not. From there, you can make better decision to grow them. All right, so basically this is for the Doerhrm KPI part, how it looks. So we have a better visualization, which is known as this KPI chart. All right, so for this KPI chart here, the blue color is actually the target value, which is the benchmark value that have been set by the leader to the subordinates, whereas the red color one, which is the actual value. So by looking at one glance, you can see clearly which month my team has actually not achieved the KPI and which month she has achieved. All right, so we have another visualization, which is something similar to this line chart, which is the bar chart. Okay, the blue color is the benchmark value, whereas the red color is the actual value that the team has actually achieved. So with this clear visualization, right, it will help company leaders to make better decisions. Okay, so basically this is everything regarding to KPI in Doerhrm.
Okay, thank you so much, William. With this short, brief sharing, I suppose it's not, how should I put it? Probably the information that we shared today is short and easy to understand. But however, we actually heard people sharing, they actually tell us, wow, to implement KPI is something really, really tough. What is your opinion about this? I know, William, you have been actually encountering many feedback while you're actually interacting with this client,
yes,
that you have been contacting. Well, what is their comment actually usually?
You mean by doing everything in manually?
Yeah, yes, correct.
Okay, seriously, the comment was, even the big company like the public sector company, the HR manager told me that, hey, William, seriously, it is rough for me, to do everything by manually. It takes up my team a lot of time to compile all the reports, and often with errors and miscalculation. And with this, it will become another cost for the company. So this is one of the reasons that why they enroll into this system, because we are able to help them overcome all these challenges.
Some of our clients, they actually implement KPI once a year. Once a year. And usually, do you actually hear them saying once a year things is that effective?
Seriously, it is not effective. It is too slow.
Yeah, especially in today's fast changing world, am I right?
Yeah.
Whereby probably this month and the next month things could be drastically different.
Yes, that's right.
We need to actually know, we need to take swift, I would say, action to act on it, in order for us to catch up with the gap, Well, if this audience would like to know more, to learn more about this KPI, how can we actually help them further? Because today's session, seriously, it's just for kind of information giving. And how can we actually help these customers? So there's our audience wanted to learn more. Do we actually have this training program or coaching program for this company that is actually interested? Well, now, William, do we actually have this program, a training program for this, I would say it's audience?
Yes, we do have a training program for this audience. All right, this training program is actually a 100% claimable HRDF training program because our company is actually a HRDF certified training provider. Okay, so for this training program, it will actually be into this management, coaching, and leadership skills. All right, and how to set up a proper KPI and manage it for this organization. So this training program is actually a 2 days in-house course with 3 months follow-up session on coaching for effectiveness and 12 months kind of once a month training webinar session for your team members. Yep.
Okay, thank you so much, William, for this sharing. Now, I wish to share my personal experience with this KPI. Well, we actually started off using KPI system onto this group of companies. I would say 10 years ago, when we first started, they are all in Excel spreadsheet. And how frequent are we doing it? Once a year. Once a year, seriously. Now, are we getting the effect we want? Yes. We managed to calculate. No. We didn't manage to calculate the bonus. I was thinking to say, we managed to, based on that, to calculate our bonus. No, seriously. The bonus is still an indicative of how the boss actually wanted to provide for this employee. So yes, for many years ago, we were actually many things based on, I would say, based on intuitively to decide how much should we actually allocate. So there's no strict calculation actually being based on. So I learned from this pain many years ago. So since then, 3 years ago, we actually started to develop this system. And this system KPI, right, will allow this user, number one, to set a very clear expectation for this team. And this team, right, they know very clearly the goal, the target, and also when is the deadline, meaning following everything about this SMART guideline. This SMART guideline is actually about being very specific, measurable, attainable, and what else? Relevant and time-bound. Okay. So with this SMART goal, and with our system, right, we actually go beyond this being smart. Yeah. We are actually being smarter KPI. Okay, how do we actually inject this? Smarter means the last 2 alphabet is excitement and reward. Yep. So these are the things that you all can find it in this system. Being with this smarter KPI, something I can share with you all. Our team, right, have seriously become happier, and also the boss also has become happier. What's the reason? What do you all think? Because we have managed to strike the balance of performance management and also reward and recognition. This I would say this system. Now, how do we actually do that? Well, we actually tagging the reward incentive with the KPI. So one of the way I wanted to share with you all, for a company that actually achieve and go beyond the sales target, right? The company will actually provide incentive like many other companies, am I right? Well, in the past, what do we do to dispute the, I would say, incentive? We were then following the probably equally or by percentage. But right now, with the KPI system, there's one step ahead, one step more you are actually able to actually apply. You can actually multiply the incentive allocated to this person with the KPI that this person has actually achieved. Well, in that way, you will be able to get rid of this free rider. So with that, the team members will know, oh yeah, there is something I need to actually achieve before I can be actually rewarded. Even though my team already got rewarded, but because myself has not actually reaching the KPI, the reward supposed to be allocated, but simply I'm not able to get it simply because I have not actually achieved my personal KPI. So that is how KPI is actually being used. Yeah, I will actually encourage you all, if you all wanted to know more about us, you all can actually come to this website, www.doerhrm.com, and you can actually send us an email, or call our performance coach William for an inquiry. I will say thank you so much for today's sessions, and thank you, William, for your valuable contribution.
Thanks much.
Thank you. Have a good day, guys.
Good day, everyone. All right.